my dear Gemini. This is a love reading, a prediction for Pisces season, February 19 to March 20, 2020, with me, Queen of Cups Tarot. The first reading I did was for the birthday sign Pisces, and I'm reading the other signs in the order of most appreciated videos from the previous love readings published for Aquarius season. And you can see the order I read in this time around at the community section of my channel. And this will be a love reading for Gemini Sun, Moon, Rising Sign and Venus, Vedic or Tropical. The reading can go both ways. The drama is the same, but it can be different castings to the different roles by the universe. So when I tell you that this is you, Gemini, it might as well be the person or the situation you are dealing with. Use your own intuition and recognition to determine who is who in this reading for you. And if you need more information or help after you have listened to this reading, you can turn to the love readings for Aquarius season that is up. We are smack in the middle of Aquarius season as I publish this. Or you can turn to the pick near personal readings or pick a card readings on the first page of my channel. So I will start shuffling your cards, and I use the Gilded Tarot with Ciro Marchetti. So when I open your deck here, I see the Page of Pentacles together with the Devil. So it's like David and Goliath here. And it's a situation where you might not be able to see the red flags. It feels like this person is so impressed by this person that they don't notice like the warning signs with this person or this situation. But it's also a person that is willing to, you know, go on a difficult journey to learn a lot. So it's almost like a person looking at their own shadow and being prepared to do the work that's necessary with this. So sometimes when we are not able to see the red flags with a person, it might be because we are supposed to encounter that person anyway and have something that we will learn from that's valuable. So it might be that you are being blinded by the person's charm or looks or what they are saying. That seems very nice and even romantic. The Devil is 15, 1 plus 5 is 6, so it's connected to the Lover's card. It can be someone that we are very physically or emotionally attracted to. So I call the Divine with Love and Light, and here we have the Four of Cups with the Page of Pentacles. So it seems like anyway you have had some kind of feeling that this might not be the best situation to just jump right into. So that is good, but I think you're still looking towards this Devil and maybe are intrigued with what this could offer, but in the same time, you know that you're not supposed to say yes to this offering here. Okay, so it's a bad idea. So you see the red flags, that's good, but okay, we'll see. I call the 4 archangels in the 4 corners of the world, and here we have both 9 of Wands, 4 of Cups, and also the Empress was falling out here. So I'm seeing a situation that's very complex with a person that wants to be of help, wants to be of aid, wants to harmonize, like make a situation very harmonious, and like wherever you go, you want to be able to make people feel good about themselves. And it's like the earth that's growing and the plants that's growing and things that's growing in general. So it's like we want to heal our surrounding, we want to heal people that we are together with, we want them to feel good. But here it's like you realize that sometimes this isn't the solution. Okay, so even if you might be that you see a person having a certain kind of problem. For example, you see a person having with the Devil maybe an addiction of some sort, and you want with this Empress to be of aid and be helpful towards them. But in the same time, with the 4 of Cups and 9 of Wands, maybe you have helped them many times before, and it's starting to take some kind of toll on you. For archangels, 6 elements, and here we have the Queen of Swords with the Empress in the reversed. So I think like your natural want and need might be to, you know, be of aid to this person. Like even if you see a lot of red flags, your natural instinct is to fix the situation and help them and do whatever you can to make everything all right again. But with the Queen of Swords and the Empress in the reverse, I think you have backed off. Like with the 9 of Wands and 4 of Cups, you have backed off, and here you're saying no. Queen of Swords is very determined. She's very good on setting ground rules and putting boundaries. So it might be that there's 2 different sides to you that's have 2 different opinions. One wants to fix everything with rainbows and unicorns, and the other one has a more sober look at the situation and knows that no, maybe this isn't a situation which I should invest myself in. This is too much crazy, or this is unhealthy, or this person is not helpful for them if I clean up all their messes all the time, or whatever is going on. So it seems like you're sobering up, Gemini. Okay, so I wasn't even able to say the whole prayer, but of course I wish you to have love in your life, creative success, and walking on your highest path towards your highest destiny. But now the deck is shuffled and ready, so I will just tune in for a few seconds here to you and your situation in Pisces season, Gemini. So my dear Gemini, this is the new bottom of the deck, and it's a 2 of Wands, so it's this separation between these 2 decisions. Help, not help, be in relationships with this devil or not to be in the relationship with them. Go with this intriguing, passionate, interesting adventure, or understanding that nothing good will come out of it. So it's a decision that needs to be made here. And this is the old bottom of the deck, and it's this Page of Pentacles. So this side to you that wants to be good and nice and helpful and do everything for everyone. The 2 of Wands can also be seen as 2 power dorges. So dorges, it's Tibetan symbols for power, to kind of hold your horses, get self-control, use your power to change direction, or to say no, or to put boundaries. But it's also this with the sliding doors, so you have 2 possible futures, one with the devil and one where you say no to them. Okay, so I'm going to put this deck here. I'm sometimes a little bit confused, and this is what's on your conscious mind about this person, most on your mind. And this is the situation you have with them, and this is what they are thinking about you. It might be more than one person. It can be your family, for example, or your romantic love partner, or your friends, things like this. This is your feelings towards them, the bond that binds you together or not. And this is their feelings towards you. And this is your behaviors and attitudes towards them. This is the outcome. And this is their behaviors and attitudes towards you. So we'll start with the situation here. And we have death, which kind of works very well with the rest of the reading, what we have seen up till now. That there needs to be some kind of change. There needs to be some kind of decision being made that can make a big change. And it might have been some kind of ending as well. Maybe the devil showed its true color, and you withdraw from the situation with the 4 of Cups and 9 of Wands, and also the Queen of Swords here. So the death is about transformation. Maybe you want to push the other person to change. maybe you have been a little bit codependent in the past and enabled them to behave in certain ways, but now you're required them to grow, and they might have refused this and maybe kicked you out also. So this is what's on your conscious mind about them. And we have the Empress, so it seems like your longing is still to be this good person towards them, and to heal them into health and to make them part of your family, and you shouldn't let anyone down. So you seem to not be able to see the truth about this person at this moment. You're more looking at yourself and how you want to be, like what kind of person do you want to be. And it's like you have a go-to move that means I need to be nice, I need to take care of, I need to take responsibility, I need to fix, I need to harmonize, I need to make this better. So it's like you're not really seeing the other person at all. So I want to take another card for what's on your mind about the person, most on your mind, like what's on your mind about them, if they are visible here. And we have a card that's turned the wrong way, so I think this is saying something, and it's Blossom Abundance. And I talked about the Empress, and I said she's like this thing that's grow and plants and earth and abundance. So it seems like you have a lot of hope for this person. You want them to, like, they are your everything in many parts. Like, you want them to be in your future, and you want this to grow into something positive. So that's it's very nice hope that you show in this, what's on your mind. Like, you want this so badly to be a good situation. So this is what's on their mind, conscious mind, about you. And we have the Temperance in the reverse. So the Temperance in the reverse is like they don't want to participate. If it would have been in this position, at least they were trying to do this transformation that is needed in this situation. But here they kind of just refuse, it seems. So it seems like there's a separation between you two, because you are thinking mostly about what's on your mind about them is what you need to do, and what's on their mind about you, it's what they want to do, and they don't want to do anything. It's like they want to refuse this in some way, or they want to not cooperate anyway. So, and we have contract here. So it might be that this is a part of their soul contract, that they were supposed to be not particularly obedient in this situation. We have Temperance, it's number 14. The Devil is number 15. It feels like it's their destiny in some way to maybe behave a little bit destructive and be difficult, because they are supposed to teach you something, maybe to become to balance this hopefulness also with awakenedness and logic and soberness. But with the contract here and the Temperance card in the reverse, they seem very closed off to new ideas. They only have their own idea in front of their eyes, and they don't seem like they are able to change at this moment in the way that you want them to. So they are a little bit like hard ass. Okay, so this is the tie that binds, and interesting enough, we have Justice in reversed. So it might be that you're going through some kind of separation or divorce or some legal hassles of some sort, where maybe authorities are involved, or other types of situation where we are being forced to go by certain rules. So we can't really wing it. We need to follow the rules or laws in this situation. Again, it's talking about some kind of soul contract that you have that seems a little bit destructive. Sometimes soul contracts are like that you're supposed to fall on your face and learn something from this. So it seems like an obstacle, like something that is going to require you to, Justice is number 11, 1 + 1 is 2. So it's going to require you to take a stand and decide what side you're on and how your approach is going to be for the future. So the tie that binds might be, it might be a scissor that wants to cut this relationship, not because you need to be far apart from each other, but something else supposed to be learned from this this little bit dramatic situation. It's only major arcana cards here as well: the Empress, Temperance, the Alchemist card, Death, and Justice. So you live in your little world here where things are easily solved, because if they just you know, work together with you, and things will be wonderful and fine. But they don't seem to have that idea at all. So things will not be fine, I guess. So this is your feelings for them. And we have a Queen of Swords. So this is your other more sober side. So I think, as I said, that you are a little bit split in this matter. Like your heart and your dreams and your vision, you see you two together, or you are all together in harmony and blessings, and they change in this miraculous way. So they will be a better partner, better family member, better friend, better co-worker, whatever your situation is. But with your logic mind, you realize that they haven't really proven particularly willing to do the necessary work. So you are prepared to cut them off too. And this is Libra energy. So it's connected to the Justice card, which is also Libra energy. So we have all this, she's like a human rights lawyer, and these are the court. So again, it's pointing to some kind of strong decision, and we need to show to the world what kind of decision we have made. So we can't keep it a secret, or we can't fix it behind, you know, the doors of this partnership or this friendship. It's actually something that will be a little bit more openly displayed. And this is their feelings towards you. And we have the Hierophant in the reversed. And we can see on both these figures on this side, that their head are turned towards you. You, on the other hand, are turned towards something else, maybe the past or the future, I don't know. But so it seems like even if they are acting very tough, they also seem to be the person that's most attached to this situation. And it might be this blossoming abundance that you provide that's nice to take part of. Another thing that to notice is that this is number 14. 1 plus 4 is 5. The Hierophant. The Hierophant is kind of the library of all human knowledge that we have collected, all the wisdom that we were able to gain. The Alchemist is where we experiment and sometimes make mistakes, and we are very passionate about this. We feel like we are right, or we are on the right path. We can be really on the wrong path and do everything wrong, but the Divine applauds that, because that is going to give us a lot of experience about what is a mistake and what isn't. So in the future we will have more experience and made even better decisions, and better and better and better. And this is how humanity is evolving. It's probably how the whole universe is evolving. So this is what brings the new books into this library. Unfortunately, they are both in the reverse. So I think the person is in the process of doing something that might be a little bit of a mistake. And they are refusing pig-headedly, because this can be a very stubborn card, to see things any other way. Also, they are blindfolded in 2 cards here. So they refuse to do things in a way that's that would be cooperating or compromising or working together or trying to fix. So they seem to stubbornly go down the wrong road a little bit, but it's not something that the Divine think is a bad idea. They just say, yeah, try that. That can be fun. You, on the other hand, is getting a little bit tired of the situation. So you have turned your back and you're ready to cut the situation out of your life, or at least distance yourself. She's a little bit like having this kind of personality that's a little bit putting other person on a distance. So this is your behaviors and attitudes towards them. And we have the Hangman here. So it shows that you're a little bit stuck between, you know, a rock and a hard place. You don't know what you're going to do in this situation. So only time can tell. It's almost like there needs to be time passing by before you can make a good decision. So it's like what's obvious in this situation is that everything is pointing to you needing to let go of this situation. But your heart and your dreams are still so invested in this situation, so you are not able to move on, and you're probably not supposed to. This is a time of contemplation. This is a time of figuring things out. When you are able to make a decision, then you will be unstuck from the hangman and move on into something else. This is the hangman is 12. 1 plus 2 is 3. The Empress, so they are connected. It's like a pregnancy where we are learning to have better boundaries. It's like the mother that's sorting among their peers to not put her baby, unborn baby, later on in a bad situation. So it might be like sorting up relationships, sorting out situations at home, sorting out things that can hurt the baby in general. So it seems like you are well on your way to learn to maybe aim this energy of care, maybe more towards yourself in the future. But right now it's a hard time for you to let go of this situation. We can also notice that we have 11, 12, 13, 14. So you're definitely in a very particular part of the life circle, or this karmic circle in particular, where we are faced with a difficulty, where we need to choose either one or the other. And what we choose will determine if we are freed from the karma and we have learned our lesson and are able to move on, or if we will need to go another lap in this wheel of fortune, this karmic wheel. So this is not determined yet. It's going to be determined about what decision you make, and also what kind of decision the other person make, because they can keep you stuck in the karma if they are unable to do the transformation necessary. And this is their behaviors and attitudes towards you. And here we have the first not major arcana card and not dressed card, because this is a queen, and it's a 6 of wands in the reverse. So it shows that it would be rather easy for them to do the right thing, but they're kind of refusing. So because this is their game right now, I don't know exactly why, but they want to prove to you that they don't care and they do things in the way that they want, and they can destroy things, and it won't make them even blink. So they're trying to be a little bit hardcore here, but it's probably not going to be that great of an outcome for themselves either. So it's like they are shooting themselves in the foot a little bit. So you want a hero, but you get some kind of clown here. So that's stumbling and falling and shooting themselves in the foot, and spraying water from their flower in their pocket on their jacket. So that's what I'm seeing, very funny scene. So that's why I'm giggling. I'm often giggling because I see these funny pictures in my head. So, and this is the outcome, and we have Judgment in the reverse. So Judgment is another 2. We have the court in session here, the judgment being made. So this may be the jury, and this is the entire court. This is one of the lawyers. We are missing the judge, which is usually the King of Swords. But it shows again, and it's also connected to this number 2, that there's some kind of important decision needs to be made, and people haven't really been able to figure it out just yet. I'm thinking probably the advice is for you to sober up. And yes, you can still have your go-to move to give love and make situations harmonious, but only try that with people that are working with you, and don't try that with people that are working against you. Let them run towards, the other end, and, cut the cords with them as much as possible, so that they can, do their maybe a little bit disharmonious thing all without you, and then they can recycle and come back maybe when they have sobered up and want to become a little bit more seriously oriented and not acting like a teenager that just stole a car, okay, from their parents maybe. So okay, so I'm going to take from Romance Angels to see what kind of outcome we can expect here, and thinking this is this. So, calling in your soulmate, your prayers, affirmation, and visualization help bring you together. So I think it will be very hard for you to let go of this person on a 5D level, like on a spiritual level. You won't be able to let them go, but you're advised to let them go on a worldly level right now. But on a spiritual level, the divine says this might not be possible at this time. You are still connected, you still have some spiritual work to do together, but not together at this point. So you might continue dreaming about them, feeling like they are still the one and all these kind of things, but you're not advised to make any kind of move towards them. Rather, this scissor, what I'm feeling here, and being very logic in this situation, but support your heart by saying, okay, as long as you still reminisce about this person, still this contract is on, and maybe it's some kind of divine timing at play in this situation. And this is for them, and it's safe for you to love. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of all. And this, I think, is their problem. They can't really open their heart and give and receive the highest energy of all. So they are always expecting the worst, and you might be always expecting the best. And your worldview is crashing into each other a little bit. So you need to have a little bit more their worldview to see that everything might not always turn out for the best, and you can still survive that and deal with that. And they need to learn to trust other people and to open their heart and to come into union, which they seem to have problems with. You are a little bit too much into union, and they don't want to make any unions at all. So the reason to why they're acting so self-destructive or destructive in general, maybe towards you and your relationship, is that they don't think it's safe to love. And it doesn't matter how much you have shown them, and it doesn't help to curl them. What they need to do is to figure this out for themselves, that whatever happened, they will be fine. So they don't have to premeditate and be so suspicious and look at everything and every fact before they make a decision. They can jump into a situation and it will work out fine because they are resourceful, brave, they can deal with every situation that comes along. But they seem a little bit like anal or stuck with this being like overly cautious, and therefore they are also destructive because they are so suspicious or saying no to situations that could be really great, and they are doing so out of fear, so that's not sane. So if you can, learn from each other, which is advised by this card, that fire and water are supposed to be mixed together, the alchemic process where you meet your shadow and you integrate it. So your shadow is probably to become a little bit more logic. Their shadow is to be able to open their heart. So it's the same old story here. So I hope this was helpful. If you still have questions, you can turn to my love readings that is up for Aquarius season. You can also watch my near personal readings and pick a card readings. That's on the first page of my channel. I will sprinkle a little bit more near personals and maybe pick a card readings during February, and I will be back with a similar reading as this for Aries season in the end of February. So until then, take really good care and bye bye.